Hi, I'm Christine, and this is Perspectives from a Teacher's Point of View. This is where I will share what teaching is really like, answer common questions, and help parents and teachers to work together to support students. First, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I have been a teacher for the past 19 years. I have I have only worked in high school. But starting this year, I will be working in middle school with sixth graders. Um, and I used to be a career tech teacher where we had funding, and now I'm going to be a science teacher where we do have a small budget, but that is for the items that we need for the science projects that we'll be doing. Um, so this first topic that we will be talking about, and each episode will be one topic, is going to be about supplies for students and teachers. In my previous position, we had funding, and so I was able to buy all of the supplies that I needed for my students, and then some. I bought their projects. I was able to purchase everything. But as what they call a regular classroom teacher, we don't have a budget like that. Career Tech doesn't supply us with a budget. And usually the budget that is provided to us, it is to the whole science department that we buy the supplies that we need to perform our science projects. So I am going to be able to speak honestly and open about what it's like being a teacher, what it is that we actually pay for and do, and each teacher's different. I'm a type of teacher that I like to decorate my classroom. I like to decorate the halls. I like to do a variety of things. One of the things that I do is a reward store. So I have little fake money that I give my students to for good behavior, for participation. So if they're raising their hands and asking questions, whether they get the answer right or wrong, they earn $1 or $2, depending on what it is. And then I have a reward cabinet. In there, I buy all kinds of items. I'll have chips and candy and crackers and things like that because kids are hungry. They're always hungry. But I also have other items. I have school supply items. So if they need a mechanical pencil, they can get those for a certain amount of the fake money. And then I have other items in there. Like I have big items like blankets and stuff that they can save up for. Not only does it teach them about saving money to get bigger items, but it can also help in the moment. If they're hungry and they need a snack, they can go purchase that. So it's kind of like a convenience store slash department store for kids. Giving you a hint into what this first topic is about, and it is about school supplies. It is getting to be that time of year that we're starting to prepare for school. As a teacher, I am preparing. Especially since I have started a new position, I have to build my classroom from ground up because the previous teacher will take their items out, and so or they may leave the stuff that's on the walls, but that stuff may have been on there for 10 years. So being a new teacher to the classroom, I'm going to bring my new stuff, and so school hasn't even started. And I have already spent over $200 on decorations just to decorate my classroom. I got this one thing I got that's really cool is this balloon archway, and it has all this science stuff on it. So on the first day of school, when the kids come, they can get excited about being back at school because, summer's over. Kids are dreading going back to school. Some are excited. The younger they are, the more excited they are because they want to hang out and play with their friends. In high school, they don't want to because some of them have jobs, and so going back to school puts extra on them. So one of the things we can do to get ready is get our school supplies. Depending on what grade level your student is at will depend on whether they provide a school supply list. Generally, elementary is the one that provides a list. Middle school, junior high, and high school, a lot of schools don't provide a list. So I'm going to go over the things that those students will need. Obviously, the ones that provide a list, I don't need to go over that because they already provided that for you. But middle school, junior high, and high school, they still need school supplies. They're going to need a binder with loose leaf paper that they can take out. They're going to need notebooks. They're going to need folders, pens, pencils. They can have their own pencil sharpener, but most teachers have a pencil sharpener. But even in high school, they like to color. And so buy them a box of crayons. Buy them a set of markers. If their school will allow it, get them some Sharpies. Because when I was a high school teacher, a lot of our projects, Sharpies write, if they're creating a poster board or something, Sharpies write smaller than regular school markers. And so they prefer to write with those. Glue sticks, scissors, rulers. One thing I noticed is a lot of kids don't have rulers. I always had to provide a ruler. But they may need some tape. But while you're out, and usually once in high school, your student will go to their first day of class, and a lot of the times the teachers will say, hey, for this class, you're going to need a 3-ring binder, or you're going to need a 1, 2, 3, 5 subject notebook for my class. And so they'll provide that information to them. But you can jump ahead, and if you're out shopping, pick up a few of those things. One thing I'd like to say is if you have the extra funding and you find a really good deal, like Crayolas are on sale for 25 cents, go ahead and pick up a couple of extra boxes and donate them to your student's teacher. Because if in fact we can get some of these things donated, one that either offsets some of the costs that we have to spend, because I always like to have a classroom set of Crayolas, markers, colored pencils, rulers. I always buy loose leaf paper, notebooks, folders. I buy it all because kids will come to me and be like, teacher, do you have this? Teacher, do you have that? Hey, do you have a pen I can have? Do you have a pencil I can have? And so they have to come from somewhere. And so we buy them. We buy, all of the decorations to decorate our classrooms. I am one of the teachers that decorates outside my classroom. So if it's Halloween, if it's Christmas, if it's Valentine's Day, if it's Easter, all of those holidays I decorate. I want the kids to feel like it is a great learning environment. It's fun to be there. If they go to school and they hate it, they're like, this is so boring, the halls are boring, everything's boring, they're not going to be engaged. And sometimes all it takes is a little bit of color and decoration that they're like, oh, I love going to this classroom. It looks like a birthday party in there. And so other things they might need is calculators. I don't know if I said glue sticks. I think I said glue sticks. Colored printer paper. They'll use those for projects. So there is a bunch of things out there that you can get your student that may not be on the list, but they'll need. Little packs of tissues. Sometimes the teachers run out. For years I have bought I don't even know if the school provided them, because the ones that I had gotten were like the roughest tissues, so I would always buy Kleenex brand with lotion in them for my students. So if you see some of those, pick up a box and bring it and donate it to your teacher. They will get used, and they will be used on the students in the classroom. Um, but one thing I want to go over is the help that you can provide. Get to know your teacher. We're there to obviously teach. That's our main goal. But it takes a village to raise kids, and getting to know your teacher, getting to know what they need to help your student be successful. Um, I have my reward store, and so I have to stock it. I put candy in it. I put all kinds of stuff in it. That comes out of my pocket. Sometimes I can get donations, um, but for the most part, it's out of my own pocket. But I love doing it. I love seeing the joy on the kids' face when they get to go shop in the reward store. It's very easy to earn the fake money in my class, and so um, every kid has an opportunity, and they don't get punished. If they get in trouble in class, they don't get punished by me taking away what they've earned. That's theirs once they've earned it. It's like a paycheck. I can't come um, and take your money away from you if you get in trouble. So it's only a positive reward. So get to know your teachers, see if they do those kind of things, and if you can donate a box of chips, go to Sam's Club and get a box of Cheez-Its or whatever you think you would like to support the classroom. Okay, so another way that you can help your teachers is by providing them with gift cards to Amazon, Walmart, so they can buy supplies for the classroom. And if we can get the crayons, the markers, the colored pencils, the glue sticks, packing tape, those kind of things donated, then the money that we were going to spend, we can buy on cooler stuff that the kids will like to do, like buying the stuff for projects and those kind of things. So it's really important that you talk to your teachers, that you ask them, do you have a wish list? Is there anything you need? What can I help you with? Now, I understand some families don't have the extra money, and that is okay. I'm not coming on here to say do this, do that. I'm just giving you an insight from a teacher's perspective. And this will help offset some of the costs that we spend. And remember, everything that we're doing this to benefit the students. This is not putting money in our pocket by any means. It's not. It is just helping us to provide for our students, to provide a better environment, to provide better items, more fun activities. These are all ways in which I know parents are like, if I knew what I could do, I would do it. And so that's why I wanted to go over the school supplies, what parents can do to help teachers. If it's getting close to a holiday and you're out shopping, say you're at Dollar Tree and they have some really cool dollar items, or now it's $1.25. But pick up some items and say, hey, I got these for you to decorate with. Or ask them, hey, do you need anything? And they'll tell you. They'll tell you if they need something. Remember, your child is spending approximately 8 hours a day in this school building. So if we can work together as parents and teachers and, decorate. You can come help decorate. It takes hours. Um, Come help decorate the halls. Be a part of the equation. We're begging for parents to be more involved, to come help us, to see what we're doing. And I know some teachers are not like me, um, but I am open to any help I can get from parents. So to recap, we have been discussing about school supplies. I was talking about the reward store, about getting classroom decorations, and you as a parent getting to know your teacher and being a resource for them and them being a resource for you. So if you have any available funds, help out a classroom, help out a teacher. Even if you don't have a student in school anymore, but you want to help, go to your local school and pick a teacher and help them, or pick a couple. But everything is welcomed. We need all the help we can get. And if you don't have the funds, don't feel bad, because not everybody has the extra funds available to help out extra. They're just getting what they need for their kids, and that's okay. Your kid will still be included in all of the things that are done at the school. And I just want to remind you that these are suggestions from a teacher's point of view. I hope that you found this video to be informative, and that it helps you kind of see what, as a teacher, what we are looking at as far as what we're spending as a teacher, what kind of funding we have, and ways in which you can help. The second episode, I will be discussing vending machines at schools, and I got a lot to think about those. So we'll be discussing vending machines and snacks for your students. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, class is dismissed.